In their first game back in NBA action, the Toronto Raptors took a resounding victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. And this is a game where the Lakers shot their worst field goal percentage of the entire season. So, what was it about the Raptors play that got them such a big victory against a formidable opponent? Let's get into it. Welcome to Amateur Sports, everybody. Jacob Green here, talking about the Lakers versus Raptors game that we saw on Saturday, where the Toronto Raptors managed to take down the Lakers 107-92, a game where, yes, the Lakers had their worst field goal percentage shooting of the entire season. They were abysmal from the field, and it's not really down to the Lakers not playing well, other than Danny Green, who was completely horrific, bricking all 6 of his basically wide open threes in the game. But other than that, the Lakers shooting 35% in the entire game, which is by far their worst this season. Not only the worst, by far the worst shooting performance of the entire season. At .354, it is much worse than the second worst display this season, which was the Lakers' first game in the bubble against the Clippers, where they shot 39%. And other than that, it was 39.4%. So it's not even relatively close to the second worst. When they played the Clippers, it was the worst this season, but barely. This is horrible for a tremendously talented Los Angeles Lakers team with Anthony Davis, with LeBron James, among other players. Again, it wasn't about the Lakers not playing well, other than Danny Green. The Lakers played fine. It was the fact that the Raptors were so tremendous on defense. And I said in the comments of my previous video, where I talked about the Raptors' schedule in the bubble, and even though it is the most difficult schedule in the Orlando bubble, I think the Raptors will be able to overcome it as always. But I said in the comments of that video, the Raptors would win 103-98. Somebody asked me, so I replied. And I wasn't tremendously far off, 107-92, but I said the Raptors would keep the Lakers under 100 because of how good their defense is. And the Lakers, a team who average 114 points per game, only put up 92, and it was because of the shooting, but it was because of the Raptors' defense. They were able to defend guys like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and when they needed to, they would double them and still be able to close out on other shooters. LeBron James wasn't awful in the game. He was 7 for 15 from the field. He scored 20 points. That's not that bad for LeBron James. Anthony Davis seriously struggled against a formidable Toronto defense. Anthony Davis only took 7 shots from the field in the entire game. 3 of those were from 3. He had 14 points, 9 of which were from the free throw line. He went 9 for 9 from the free throw line, which is pretty impressive, to be honest. But only 7 shots taken from the field, 3 of them from 3 again. He only got 4 looks other than from 3, and this guy wasn't getting any space near the rim. The Raptors were doing a phenomenal job of clogging the paint, not allowing him to get in, making the Lakers shoot contested threes rather than get in the paint and get their easy looks, because they're a big team. They got JaVale, they got Dwight, AD. These guys want to get their points in the paint, but the Raptors were not allowing that to happen. Instead, they had to rely on guys like Kyle Kuzma, Dion Waiters to hit contested threes. LeBron James hit a couple as well. And, sometimes they got open looks. Danny Green, again, was horrifyingly bad. I have no idea what Los Angeles has done to our tremendous Danny Green from last season, but that was not who I saw playing yesterday. The defensive plan worked so well. I thought it was funny that guys like Fred VanVleet were guarding Kyle Kuzma. The size difference there, but still, Fred being able to guard Kyle Kuzma, who did have a good game, I found, on offense. He hit some good threes, but on defense, Kyle Lowry was drawing fouls left, right, and center. The Lakers took 43 pointers in the game, which is a lot. That's more that they're going to want to take in a game, and they only hit 10 of those. And again, going back to the Raptors, being able to double and put a lot of focus on guys like LeBron and AD, but still being able to get that hand up, closing out on the perimeter, making sure they are not wide open threes that they are giving up. And for that reason, it made the Lakers struggle from the field in the game. Sure, the Lakers maybe weren't at their 100% best, but give a lot of credit to Nick Nurse and the Raptors defense. A game like that, we're 2-0 against the Lakers this year. Nick Nurse has got to be coach of the year for the way he can just put out a team to stop one of the most formidable offenses in the entire NBA. The fact that the Raptors can have a bit of an off night in terms of shooting on the offensive front and still still beat the Lakers by that much is very impressive, and it is a lot to do with the way Kyle Lowry played in the game. The greatest Raptor of all time put up 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists in the game. He shot 5 for 9 from 3. He was phenomenal in the game. Kyle Lowry, again, the greatest Raptor of all time. He showed why he is an all-star, why he finished the all-star game on the floor in those tight minutes, why he is an NBA champion. Kyle Lowry was balling against the Lakers, was constantly able to draw contact, especially from Kyle Kuzma, got to the line 15 times, hit 12 of those 15 shots. Tremendous shooting, tremendous at drawing fouls, tremendous at just organizing and orchestrating the Raptors offense. And when it came to the defensive end, he was another big contributor there. OG Anunoby was another guy who had a fantastic game, having to guard LeBron James and doing a great job at that. There's only so much you can do against King James, but OG Anunoby was phenomenal on defense. Oh my goodness. OG Anunoby is a sensational defender, and he showed it. He can do it against LeBron. Also, OG showed it on the offensive end. He went 8 for 9 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point land, and got 23 points. He was amazing on both ends of the floor. It is clear, you can see why the Raptors are contenders again, even without Kawhi Leonard. And the Raptors won the championship last year without OG Anunoby playing in the playoffs. So Kawhi is out. OG Anunoby is going to be able to fill in that role. Obviously, he can't be Kawhi, but OG Anunoby is still going to be able to do a great job in that role. Like, the Raptors were just amazing, even with the Lakers stars on the floor, because LeBron was a -20, AD was a -17. The Raptors got it done when those starters were on the floor. In fact, the Lakers bench were the ones that were trying to claw them back. The Raptors were consistently getting out to big leads and letting the Lakers claw back into the game. Like, I think they started on a 13-0 run, 13-0 to start the game. Then near halftime, they got another big run. Then at the end of the game, they started pulling away. And I was worried the Lakers were going to come back again, but the Raptors shut it down and kept on piling on the offensive end. There's not really one Laker you can highlight in having a good game here. I mean, LeBron was decent, but he can do better. We know that LeBron James can do better than what he displayed against the Raptors. Kyle Kuzma, even though he had 16 points, was only 5 for 13 from the field. Toronto Raptors put out an absolute defensive masterclass. Nick Nurse, like I said, this guy needs to be coach of the year. The way he can lay out a defensive tactical display like that against one of the most talented teams in the NBA is unmatched. To be able to defend like that, to be able to double AD and LeBron, even with mismatches. The switchability that the Raptors have, the ability to close out on those threes to not give open looks, and the ability to clog the paint for guys like AD, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. All of those things happening simultaneously is unbelievable to watch. It's art on defense that the Raptors are displaying sometimes. And the fact that they can do this and still be so tremendous on the offensive end in hitting their shots. The Lakers have acknowledged that the Raptors can likely be the Eastern Conference winners. They will get out of the East and play in the NBA Finals. Dwight Howard, even though he is an idiot, he said that the finals matchup is going to be the Raptors versus the Lakers. They understand how good the Raptors are. There are a lot of guys in the NBA who are acknowledging how good the Raptors are. The way the Bucks have been looking over the last couple of games, maybe the Raptors do have that great chance and are the favorites to come out of the East and play in the NBA Finals. And if that game is an indication, the rest of the league needs to watch out. By the time this video comes out and anybody's actually watching, they will either be currently playing against Miami or the game will be done. Now, I don't know how that game's going to go. In my opinion, I'm feeling another Raptors win. They're going to ride the hot hands. You know, they came out of that game playing very well. I think they'll clean up on the offensive end, but keep the defense going. Miami's the best in the league at shooting threes. Hopefully the Raptors are still able to close out on guys like Duncan Robinson so that they're not getting hot, getting big runs for Miami. We have been okay against Miami this season, but the way we played against the Lakers, I think, will transition greatly into that Miami game. I don't think it's going to be, a blowout. I don't think it's going to be the way we beat the Lakers. I think it's within 10, but I think the Raptors are decently comfortable down the stretch. I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 possession game by the end of it. If I have to pick an exact score again, I'll probably go 109 to 102 for the Toronto Raptors. They won't quite keep them under 100, but I think the Raptors will still win decently comfortable. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the Raptors versus the Lakers game, or how you feel about Raptors and Miami either already having happened or going on right now, because the Raptors put on a defensive masterclass against the Lakers. How do you feel about them for the rest of life in the NBA bubble? But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to anybody who has subscribed to the channel recently or has been a subscriber for a long time. I noticed the people who are sticking with me, and I really appreciate it. Please like the video if you like. Subscribe to Amateur Sports for more content just like this as well. Hit that notification bell. Raptors are in full swing, which means a lot of great content coming your way Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. At the end of the day, I believe what I say, and if you disagree, that's okay. We'll see you again next time.